Hello, welcome to OZTV. Here we talk about everything that you need to know. We talk about family, we talk about relationships, we talk about children, homes. We talk about virtually everything. So I want you to subscribe, like, comment, click on the notification bell for more videos coming up, and watch out for a new show coming up called Spit It All. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to OZTV. My name is Ozioma Anajeku and welcome to Spit It All. And today we're going to be talking about, does education or literacy play any role in making a marriage successful? And with me in the house today is our counselor Joy Ozaho. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And a beautiful and gorgeous Ugo Chicano. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so our topic today says, does education or literacy make a man or woman marriage, qualified or make marriage successful? So please tell me, what is education in marriage?
There's something like education in marriage, but literally, education is facilitating the process of acquiring knowledge, beliefs, values, and skills. That's what basically education is. Simply put, systematic way of instruction. That's what it is.
Okay, but do you think there's anything that has to do with being literate, basically, in marriage? Because I don't think marriage is something that has to do with a man and a woman coming together to form a home. I don't think, personally, for my own, my opinion, I don't think there's anything that has to do with education or literacy, in my opinion, in forming a successful marriage. I don't know what your opinions are in that.
I don't think education has anything to do with marriage. I think what it boils down to is two people being equally yoked, for lack of a better term.
Okay.
So I think if two educated people are together, they have a similar understanding, for instance. And then if you have people, and when you say education, it's kind of hard because beyond schooling education, there's a reality that one faces in this life education also. You know what I mean? That also helps determine what's one's thought processes when it comes to marriage and so on. So I think beyond education, what's important is that two people have a similar mindset and have similar values and beliefs and so on. And that's what kind of is really a guiding factor as to how their thought processes will be in regards to marriage.
Okay, why do you think a lot of people that are literate see themselves as, like a step ahead of people that are business inclined or people that are not literate? When it comes to marriage, they think that they have an advantage over women when it comes to marriage.
I don't think so. I think at the end of the day, we all have what our belief systems are above and beyond our literacy. And some of that is stuff that we've just learned from our homes, from growing up and so on. And I think, a lot of our behaviors are almost predetermined because of that, regardless of education. Generally, I think people who have received a certain higher education tend to feel a little bit more superior because they feel like they can reason a little bit differently and they can kind of view the world in a more open-minded fashion. But we all know that that's not necessarily the case. There's a lot of ignorant people who are uneducated and people who are very open-minded that are educated. It's just a question of the human being themselves. Yeah.
So do you think educated person, like what I mean educated, is someone that has been schooled? Do you think someone that's been schooled, that gone through the walls of university or tertiary education, is at an advantage to a woman as to someone that is not in that kind of ground, basically? Do you think a man that has been schooled is at an advantage to getting or being a better husband to a woman as to someone that hasn't been schooled?
Not at all. School, to be schooled simply means it's controlled by calendar. Education is
Stainless Styles is a fashion brand centered in making you look elegant, yet catering to your fashion needs. For more inquiry call 090246222078 or send a mail to stainlessstylesforyou@gmail.com.
Continuous process.
Yeah.
We learn every day.
Sure.
Through your environment, your business sectors, everywhere you are, you're learning. Any day you stop learning, you start dying. So whether you go to school or you didn't go to school, God does not make you a perfect man
Exactly.
or perfect husband. There are qualities every woman wants in a woman, in a man. Sorry, and when those qualities play before someone that is schooled and someone that is not schooled, the moment you see that qualities in someone you like, I'm sure the person will go for it. So that you did not go to school or you went to school will not play make you a perfect husband or no. Let me tell you, marriage itself is an institution, but nobody graduates from it. You still learn.
So, but what do you think makes the people that are schooled think that they are higher or at an advantage over women as to people that are not schooled? Why do you think that? Because a lot of people, they see themselves as being superior to those people that are not schooled, that are not, that didn't go to the 4 walls of tertiary education.
Well, I mean, I think part of that is, the truth of the matter is, your conventional tertiary education is not easy to get through. You've gone primary, secondary or high school, and then you're in, university. Some people go on to get their master's and doctorate degrees. It's not an easy process. So if you've accomplished that much, I guess there's a certain right to feel like you've done well.
You've accomplished
something because it's a big deal. You're not gonna think. But like I said earlier, it's a mindset. There's an arrogance to it, just like with don't get me wrong, like physicians, doctors, they've gone to medical school. There's an arrogance that comes out with that. Same thing with lawyers. Not because they're any better than everybody else, but because of the amount of time that you spend in school trying to achieve that degree. 7 additional years to your regular, schooling and so on is not a joke. So by the time you've been that highly educated, it makes sense to say, hey, I have more experience, or I have more greater understanding of the universe than, say, other people. But again, I don't think that has anything to do with any one person's success.
Okay, but on the other hand, there are people that went to school and the school didn't pass through them, they still behave like illiterates.
Yeah, but do you think that going through school or being illiterate, plays a role in a man being a good husband to the wife, or being a great father to the children?
So again, I think ignorance. So ignorance, yes, maybe in a certain amount of, I think ignorance can be found in all forms of human beings, regardless of education. It boils down to mindset. I know many a man who is highly educated and has no clue how to manage their household and how to treat women. And on the other hand, I know many a man that, if you see them with their wives, for instance, the love and the joy and the relationship, the interaction between the two of them is very nice and it's refreshing. At the end of the day, I think love is just love, and respect is respect, and understanding is understanding, regardless of one's background. Because if that were the case, this formal education that we're all getting, it's become prominent in the last 100, 150 years. Before that, what are we saying? That marriages were not, deep, or they didn't have a certain sense of accomplishment or whatever. They weren't working out because the people were not educated. I don't think so. I think it boils down to the human being and their mindset. Now, a more educated person, or a more exposed person rather, might be inclined to be a little bit more open-minded, more so than someone who isn't. But even then, I don't agree with that at all. I think it just boils down to the human being and how they take life and how they respond to it.
When it comes to responsibilities, when it comes to responsibilities in the home, I don't think education or literacy comes in that. It boils down to
Looking for any generator, tractor, and trailer servicing parts? You are sure to get the best in durability and quality at affordable prices. For further inquiries call 0803308748 or send an email to azibesselt@gmail.com.
you providing for your family. You understand? So, and a woman getting married to you because of education or your status in your career, you understand? That's when you're school, basically. Doesn't mean that you can. There are some people that are not school that didn't go through the four walls of tertiary education, but they can provide for their family. And there are some people that has been, graduated with first class degrees and can provide for their families. Why do you think that a lot of parents always tend to tell their children to go for men that are educated when it comes to a man that has gone through the four walls of the university as to someone that is business in mind?
So in this regard, again, I believe people should marry people that they're equally yoked to. So if my daughter, for instance, has been educated through the university level, for there to be a similar understanding of the world, a similar understanding of minds and a thought process, then yeah, she should generally marry somebody who has a similar level of education. Now this is the thing. The university concept is different in Nigeria than it is abroad. You know what I mean? So in America, you can find CEOs that have not been to university,
Yes, true.
but have the same amount of education as someone that went through, because they value life experiences as part of your education process. Meaning that if you've been working in a corporate environment for 30 years, your experience equals someone who went through a 4-year degree and has an equivalent amount of experience. So when it comes to education again, so would I want my daughter to go find a husband from the village that has never left the village? No. Why? Because their mindset is going to be completely different. So it's going to be a different. So again, if your minds are equally yoked, then go on with it. But if it's not, then yeah, there's going to be a few conflicts because there's going to be a lack of understanding. And it's not about the educated person, because the educated person, in quote, we're using the word educated, is not going to have an understanding of some of the challenges or issues that maybe the lesser educated person in the relationship might have, or even understanding the thought processes, because they're understanding the world maybe differently. And again, I say this very loosely, because education, again, we all know people who are very educated, very accomplished, and these people have zero sense whatsoever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't really like to compare, apples and oranges, because there's so much that factors into a human being's worldliness and understanding of concepts of life and so on. But I think that people should be equally yoked or equally matched to some degree to the person that they're getting with. So, if a man is educated, ideally he's marrying someone who is of a similar education level, or their mindsets, again, mesh.
So what's your take on that?
Yeah, I will say yes and no. Yes, with what she said. No, based on there are several people who you use the instance of outside the country. I'm going to use this as my own instance is going to be in Nigeria, Africa as a whole. There are people who did not go to university, who are not schooled, because education is a continuous process. So I'm going to use schooled. That they were not schooled through the university, and they end up marrying someone that is educated, and they have a happy home. They are happy with each other. The man is able to take care of her, tolerate her, understand her, and they build something together, knowing that he knows his place in that woman's life. And there are people who also did not go to university and marry graduates, and the graduate tries to outshine the man because she is a graduate.
Having skin problems or want to glow and have a flawless skin? Contact Stainless Beauty World for all your skin issues. For more inquiry call 09024622078 or send a mail to stainlessbeautyworld4you@gmail.com.
So all these things varies from individuals and human beings involved. If I'm not going to say completely that is stereotyped. You're educated, so you're schooled, so you must marry somebody that is schooled, because a lot of first-class students today cannot feed their families. But there are people who did not break that job, who are organized, can feed their family and take care of their wives. Some of them also have been exposed. They've traveled wide, they are exposed by the reason of maybe they do international businesses, they relate to people, they've been able to learn. And those ones that are first class would still come to them to learn some things from them or beg them over things. So I'm not going to say because you went to school, you must marry someone that go to school.
Right.
No. What I'm going to say actually is where you find your happiness, where you find your joy, where that understanding is, you feel both of you can understand yourselves. Voila, you're good. You go for it.
So why do you think that a lot of women, educated or literate women, are, recently a lot of business-minded men, that didn't go through the 4 walls of university or tertiary education are getting married to educated master degree holders, PhD holders these days? Why do you think that the women are drawn to those men?
They are drawn to those men, one, because every woman is looking out for some certain things: security, care, attention. Security number 1. Security has the ABC under it. Security financial. Number 1, can you take care of me? Number 2, what is that man doing at that time that can be able to somehow, that is sustainable? The reason why you see parents saying marry someone that go to school, those days, no longer now. Those days is because they feel that if every other thing fails, you now carry your certificate and go look for a job. At least there's something you could fall back on if every other thing around you falls. But you find that in Nigeria of this time, there's nowhere you will not just carry your certificate and just walk into somewhere and just say, I want to work here, and just all of a sudden get a job and start doing it. So what a woman looks for is a man that is financially secured, that can take care of her, because no man wants to suffer. No man wants to beg. So the moment he finds that, oh, this man can be able to take care of me, because in as much as we talk about love, there are several things you will have to fathom in that love. You will love a man, yes, you love first. Men love first with what they see. But a woman goes beyond loving the man. He's tall, he's huge, he's this, he's that. He loves, and they also look at the pockets. That love, whether
My sisters, this COVID-19 palava dey real o. As we lock down for house so make una maintain good hygiene by washing una hands with soap and water every time, and add small sanitizer, and maintain social distance with people wey dey our community. As all of una families dem go dey house for almost 2 weeks, money save no too yafun like that. Work nko na for only house all of us go join dey work. My sister, as we dey this COVID-19 lockdown so help dey for you if you get any domestic violence palava for house. No con let person beat or kill you o. You fit call this number dem 0808 575-4266, 0817-014-1401, 0818-005-6401. Our people wey get ogbonge sense go help you for Lagos State. No come forget o, COVID-19 lockdown no be reason for domestic violence for house. But if e shele, help dey for you for this our ogbonge Lagos. Make una call this number sharp 0808 575-4266, 0817-014-1401, 0818-005-6401. This message now from Lagos State Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation.